better to tell the truth.
And that's no lie. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
We got one!
What the hell is even that?
Good Sunday morning, Joe fans. Joe Ara here to talk about the Awestriker. First released in 1985 as part of the fourth wave of G.I. Joe toys, the Awestriker was an all-weather and environment vehicle for jungles, deserts. It had a 6-cylinder engine and a 70-millimeter grenade launcher used by the co-pilot, and it came with a figure crankcase. It was an unbelievable toy. I owned it personally.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Not only did the Awestriker have the cannon, it also had suspension and a removable engine, which was an additional play feature, and it carried 4 G.I. Joes. While I personally didn't apply the decals, this is probably one of my top 3 vehicles that received the most play and wear throughout my childhood. It was really cool, and I really enjoyed it.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
In February of 2025, Hasbro announced that the Awestriker was coming back to the classified line, along with crankcase and a myriad of accessories. This render was released to some pretty mixed reviews. Here is the production model, received in October 2025. As you can tell, I did not include the upper seat or the upper roll cage. I just don't like the look. So if you want to see how that looks, check out some of the other reviews across YouTube. There are some big beefs that I have with this unit, and we're going to identify and talk about those individually. I've taken still shots just to make it easier to identify and look at what the problems are.
I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
First up, let's talk about this little tiny wheel in the front. A lot of people don't have an issue with it. I do. This is not a roadster. It is an all-weather and environment light attack vehicle. Don't like that little wheel. Up next, let's talk about the rooftop armaments. There are 2 rocket-propelled grenade launchers as well as a 50 cal. I really wish they had included the retro rocket-propelled grenade launcher. All of this is gummy. It comes apart. It comes off. Every time you attempt to do something with the vehicle, you have to reset all of these things, and I really don't like it.
Fuck! Look at that. Fuck!
Now let's talk about crankcase and how he fits into the vehicle. All I can say is not well. Right where his legs go in, there is a framing block that gets in the way. His knife sheath gets caught on it. And I think overall, it's just a pain in the ass to get figures in and out of this thing. Crankcase himself does not have the looseness that I've seen in some other reviews on mine, but his helmet is very loose and it's goofy, and I don't like it.
Ew, oh my God, it's really bad.
No amount of accessories can make up for the fact that here in the back, we have a removable cover for the engine. However, the engine itself doesn't come out, which was a unique play feature that the original had. And again, not a fan of this particular iteration.
What? No!
The last boggle I have is with this little piece of crap, this gummy secondary light machine gun for the passenger to take hold of. It only articulates up and down. It doesn't move left and right. And to me, that's just annoying. If there is one saving grace, if you have picked up a Hawk and MMS, you can use those blast effects, and they actually look like they're supposed to look. So there is one positive in this review but only if you have an MMS.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
There is one more thing. If you didn't pre-order it when it was $99.99, it's now $109.99 on Pulse.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
So I guess the upshot of my review is this. If you are a nostalgic person and are looking for an old school Awestriker, this is not going to be it. Perhaps down the line someone may print up an old school grenade, rocket-propelled grenade launcher, and that might be cool. But it isn't a very playable unit. Everything falls apart, and the figure itself is not fantastic. It looks great from afar, but overall, I would say that this is probably only a 6 out of 10 and quite disappointing for me personally.
So hail Satan and have a lovely afternoon, madam.